Hold up. Hi, my love bugs, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yay! I'm so happy that I'm making these videos consistently now because it had been a while and I hadn't been making them, and it made me really sad. And I don't know, but like my family downstairs is really loud at the moment, so I'm not really sure whether you can hear them or not. But if you can, I'm really sorry. I live in a full-on desi household and everyone's completely crazy. But yeah, how are you all doing today? If you haven't yet, please subscribe down below. Your subscription really helps me in continuing to make these videos. It's so important to me, and it's so important to, you know, any creator, that their videos are not only watched and appreciated, but that they impact other people in some way. So knowing that you're subscribing, knowing that you're watching these videos and sharing them means the absolute world to me. So if you could subscribe and share and comment below, it would mean so much to me. It's been so long since I film videos. Essentially, this is like the second time that I'm sitting down to film videos, so it's not been that long, even though from the first video to now, it's been long, if that makes sense. Anyway, regardless, I'll still be making some mistakes. I'll be moving around and stuff. I don't have a duvet that's messed up this time round, thank God. But yeah, so I'm still working around it. I'm still trying to figure out what works for me. I'm still trying to figure out what you would enjoy watching, what you appreciate, and most of all, I'm just focusing on what you guys want me to record. So I basically just listen to you. You tell me you want a particular video on this, and I go ahead and create it. So without further ado, let's go into today's topic, which is the mistakes that we make while dating. Now, a lot of you message me on Instagram, and I'm really sorry that I'm not able to reply to every single one of you, but a lot of you message me on Instagram and you say that you were talking to someone for a couple of weeks and it just didn't work out, or you were dating someone and it fell apart, or you like someone and they don't like you back. There's a lot of, you know, discourse around dating and the mistakes that you believe that you're making. You think, okay, what is going wrong? Why is this particular dating ship not working out? Okay, this one didn't work out. Now, why isn't this one working out? Why is it that I constantly meet people, but it does not work out with them? The one thing that I need you to know is that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Well, unless you're some sort of psychopath who stalks people that they date, but I really hope you're not, because in that case, I can't really help you. But hoping, fingers crossed, that you're not. There is nothing wrong with you. The only problem is that you're making these particular mistakes consistently, which prevents great people who you get to know from getting to know you further, or from them being able to understand what kind of an incredible person that you are, because you consistently make these mistakes. So I want to talk about these particular mistakes that people make while dating. I am also, what's the word? Why do I always forget the word? What's the word? Guilty. I am also guilty of making these mistakes when speaking to new people, and I feel like if you know what these mistakes are and how common they are, you will definitely do a lot better the next time you talk to someone. It doesn't mean, like, I'm not telling you to improve yourself. I'm just saying that there's a particular way of speaking to people when you're initially dating, which we forget about because we're just so into this new relationship, into this new dating ship that we've started for ourselves. So if you follow these particular steps and don't make these mistakes, you're more likely to get to know someone, stay with them, and be with them in the long run. Here's predicting, because I'm kind of psychic, so yeah. Let's talk about the 4 mistakes that we make when we're... What is wrong with my voice? Let's talk about the 4 mistakes that we make when we're dating. Mistake number 1, telling them too much too soon. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? It's so brave of you to share your past trauma and emotional baggage with someone. However, I would rather you do it with someone that you've known a long time, rather than a brand new person who you've only gone on 2 dates with and have been speaking to for 2 weeks. I know that you're a wonderful person. I know that you're extremely beautiful on the inside, and there's so much to you. However, sometimes telling someone too much about yourself too soon puts them off. This isn't to say that, you know, you're telling them bad things, but it's just to say that they're not ready to hear about the problems that you had with your ex and the issues that you're having with your family. They're probably not going to absorb this information in the way that you expect them to. And probably they won't absorb it in the way that someone who's already very close to you would. So I would say take it slowly, reel them in, Reel them in slowly, take them on a journey, and until you're not in a strong relationship with them, don't tell them too much about yourself. So the second mistake that people make when it comes to dating is dating too soon. Now, how many of you have friends, family members and cousins who look happily in love and in relationships? They're going on dates, they're having the time of their life, they look so happy, they're taking adventures, they're taking all these new journeys with the person that they love. And while you're quite happy for them, a part of you is also jealous because you also want to experience that. You also want to experience those dates, getting ready, meeting someone new, those nervous jitters, every single thing that comes with having a new relationship. But are you ready? Maybe you've just come out of a long-term relationship or a toxic relationship. Maybe you're really busy with work. Maybe you're focusing on your goals and dreams. Maybe you're still healing. Maybe you don't have time for a relationship. Whatever stage of life you're on, if it's consuming you mentally and emotionally, which in turn entails that you might not be able to do the relationship justice, then perhaps it's not the right time for you to start dating. Don't date because everyone around you is doing it, or because you're lonely, or because you want to pass time. Focus on your own healing. Focus on getting better. Focus on achieving those goals if that's what's going to stop you from putting all that energy into a relationship. And only when you're ready should you get into a relationship and should you start dating to begin with. Another mistake, more specifically women, I'd say, that make when they get into a dating ship, when they start dating someone, is investing too much into the relationship, more than the other person. So you give more of your time, you give more of your energy, you call them a lot more, you spend more time talking to them, you put everything aside to focus on them, and the other person might not be doing the same thing. Now, the reason why I say women do this is because I feel like in the past I have done this a lot more when dating or when talking to someone new, where you just focus your energy on them a lot more than everything else. Everything else takes a backseat and the person that you're dating takes basically all of your attention. Perhaps you text them more, perhaps you call them more, perhaps you're the person that's always on the other end of the phone the moment that they pick up. You're always readily available, you're initiating all the dates, you're initiating all the communication. Now, not only does this mean that everything else in your life is taking a backseat, so everything that matters to you, your friends, your family, your work, your goals, everything else, but also it's probably going to put the other person off. Distance really does make the heart grow fonder, especially in the initial period of your dating ship. Not always being readily available for them and investing too much time into them, it shows the other person that they need to put a little bit of hard work into you too. They need to make some effort with you too, because you're not always available, you're not always readily there for them. Not only will it show them how invaluable your time is and the fact that you're giving a little bit of it to them, how important they may be, it also makes them want to talk to you more and makes them want to make more effort with you. I know it doesn't make sense. Like, I know a lot of us think that, okay, if I'm dating someone, of course I'm going to give them time, of course I'm going to put all this, energy and everything into them to show them that I care. But sometimes, especially when you're initially dating someone, they don't need to know that you care. They need to know that you are a busy person. They need to know that you don't have too much time. They need to know that you merely speaking to them is you taking invaluable time away from doing other things. And if they mess up, if they F up, whatever they do, they're going to lose you. So they will want to talk to you a lot more. They will want to invest more time into you, just knowing that you're not always going to be there. And if they don't invest that time into you, they will know that you're not going to be chasing them. So they will want to chase you. And it sounds a bit messy, but psychologically, research shows, research doesn't show, I say you should do it. You should just do it. The fourth mistake that we make when we're dating someone is we ignore the red flags. It's so amazing when you're talking to someone new, okay? It's so great that you found this lovely new person to speak to, and you're going to view them in a positive light. You're going to view them through this rose-tinted lens of love and happiness and just perfection. You might be so attracted to this new person because of the high instance of the happy hormone that is released when you're with them, serotonin, maybe, that you will probably refuse to look at all the flaws. Now, no one's perfect, okay? Let me clarify. No one is perfect. So, of course, people are going to have flaws. People are going to have different, personality traits that they're not perfect, basically, which is just what I said. I'm not perfect, okay? Which is why I'm talking like a loser. But the issue is that there are certain personality traits that are going to be at odds with what you want in your partner. One of the key mistakes that we make
is that my brother keeps opening the door and making a noise. This is the issue of recording when you're at home. Your whole family is at home, thanks to lockdown. Thanks, Bojo. Boris Johnson.
One of the key mistakes that you make when you're dating someone initially is you refuse to look at the red flags. They might say something that contrasts with our values. Maybe our political views don't align. Maybe they have a different worldview to us. Or maybe they're just borderline offensive and we keep telling ourselves that they're being honest, but this much honesty is not good. But still, we continue to make excuses for them. Now, I am guilty of this. I am guilty of making excuses for speaking to someone and ignoring the red flags. My situation was completely different, but it was a case of knowing that it wasn't going to work out, knowing that we were so different, knowing that I was pushing for something that was never there, that I just kept ignoring all of this just for the sake of, okay, no, it's fine, I like this person, you know, we're talking or whatever. But that's just, it wastes your time, okay? And especially if you're at the age of like, you're in your early 20s, you're in your mid 20s, I'm 26 now, so, you know, if you're like in your 24, 25, 26, you don't really have time to be wasting on people who you know from the onset, or at least a couple of weeks in, that it's not going to work out. And if that is the case, then what are you doing by ignoring the red flags? Just don't do it, okay? Just remember, the signs that you ignore at the beginning become the reason for why the relationship ends later on, or why the relationship just doesn't work out. So if you do notice some red flags, communicate them. If they can be resolved, resolve them. However, if you two are on two different pages, it's only been a couple of weeks, it's only been a couple of months, you know, it's not serious. So get yourself out of it and hope for the next person. Get yourself out of it, and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. My brother's distracting me. If you can't fix it, then just make the decision that you need to for yourself, basically. That's all for today. Sorry about that in the end. Like, my brother was just like going up the stairs, going down the stairs, going up the stairs, going down the stairs. And I was just like, you know that I'm filming videos. Why would you do that to me? Like, what is the point of this? Anyway, that is the 4 mistakes that we make while dating. I really hope that after you watch this video, you're able to make the right choices, you're able to read the signs, you're able to focus on, you know, the relationship and the dating ship, but without giving too much of yourself away in the beginning, and just prioritize yourself, protect yourself. And yeah, all the best with your dating life, all the best with, you know, the new people that you speak to. If you ever need any advice, just shoot me an email. I'm always here. DMs are harder to answer. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Please share down below, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye. My brother's distracting me.